This is definitely, I think, the hardest part conceptually.
Yeah.
Okay. So that should be all of our numbers. Okay. So to get our total column, do you remember what we have to do?
I know that for the permanent differences, it's on both sides, so it's just like the same numbers, and then on the temporary differences, it's just the, on the deferred side.
Right. So we're gonna have 750. And then down here for the temporary differences, we're going to take the opposite of whatever these are and put it in the deferred column. So this will be 40,000, negative 40,000, and then 25.
Okay.
Yeah, for that part, it's just kind of memorizing, like, that side is gonna be the same, and then the other side is gonna be the opposite. So essentially, both of these are totaling out to be 0 here.
Oh, okay.
Great. So then, I'm just gonna put that so we can have a little difference between those. Okay. So the rest of this is only for the temporary differences.
Okay.
And they didn't give us a January 1st balance, so we're just gonna put in 0 for each of those. But if they had given us a balance, then we would put it in.
Okay.
There. And then the change column is going to equal this deferred column. So this column will equal that column.
Okay.
So we'll have 40,000, negative 40,000, and 25. And so basically that's just the change that's happening during the year. And so if we take our balance at 1/1 and add in the change for the year, we'll get to our 12/31 balance.
Okay.
So it's just gonna be the sum of both of those. I'm trying to remember if I ever had to back up into any of these numbers. But like, as long as you know how these work together to get like this number, you can use this number and this number to get that number, because it's just gonna be like this number minus that number equals that number. And then you can work backwards that way. We don't have to, it's a problem, but if that ever does come up, you have like a way to get to those numbers.
Okay.
Okay. So does that part make sense?
Yeah, so the very last column, that's that one plus that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So the 1/1 plus the change equals that one. Do that.
Okay.
It's easier in Excel because you can just like double click and
Yeah.
there's the formula as opposed to, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so now we're getting to the part of the long-term and current of the temporary differences.
And then the 1/1 balance, how do you find that?
It should normally be given.
Okay.
Just in this problem, it didn't give us any, so we assumed that they were just 0.
Okay.
Oh. Alright. So the depreciation expense, this difference is always going to be long-term.
Okay.
Because you don't recognize it until like the very end. And like, I don't know how to explain that one, but basically in all of these examples, it's always long-term.
Okay.
So it's never going to be current. So you can just put it out here in like this last column, like for 2017. And then the warranty expense, it told us when we would recognize those differences. It's in number 4, the very last sentence.
Okay, it says, remainder is estimated to be paid evenly in 2015 and 2016.
Mm-hmm. And so what does that mean to you?
And it's non-current, or it's a long-term? No?
So one of them is going to be recognized in 2015.
Okay.
So that's going to be in about a year from now.
Oh, that'd be current.
Mm-hmm. And it said that this is going to be recognized evenly over the next 2 years.
Okay.
So we can just divide this by 2 and
Oh,
have negative 20,000 in 2015 and negative 20,000 in 2016.
okay.
Yeah. So anything that's going to be in this column is going to be current.
Okay.
Because we're going to recognize that difference within the next 12 months.
Okay.
Okay. And then the sales, where do you think that one's going to go?
Sales.
Or the installment revenue?
Oh.
Sorry.
That would be negative. Installment revenue, 75,000. Question. Maybe current because it was paid, or 75,000 would be current?
So we're just looking at these numbers, the 1231 numbers. So we've got this 25,000,
Oh,
and I think typically with sales, it's going to be recognized within the next year. Like that 25,000 would be.
mhm.
So we're just gonna put it under the 2015.
Okay.
Okay. And then this is where that chart kind of comes in. I guess we have to do a couple of things to this. So we're going to add up these columns, and technically you're going to do that like all the way across.
Okay.
But I think for just now, we're going to focus on the long-term and current, because that's what you basically didn't have, right?